You pretended that you were a strange woman on the phone.
Oh!
And you called him, and he talked dirty to you.
Let me tell you, it wasn't just dirty, honey. It was unclassified.
Tell me about it.
Unclassified. Is it like this all day?
Now I just got a taste of what I go through.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. Parrish and Tatiana met at a restaurant he managed. In short order, he not only hired her, but also made her his wife. Now, after 3 years of marriage, Tatiana says she is ready to quit.
I got phone records that state that he's been having conversations with different girls and this, that, and the third, but when I bring it up to him and ask him about it, he don't know what I'm talking about.
Communication. I can get my point out, and when it comes to her time, she can't say whatever it is that's on her mind.
Can Tatiana and Parrish work to get their marriage off the back burner, or has the flame gone out on this relationship? Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Tatiana Lindsey and Parrish Smith. The two of you have been married for 3 years. You have 2 children together. You are a very young, 22 and 21. You're having some problems, though. You want to get a divorce, and you have some financial issues that you would like me to resolve regarding cars and tuition money, which I will talk about momentarily. But before we do, I'm going to start with you, Mrs. Lindsey. Why are we here today in divorce court?
We're here today because he's a liar, he's a cheat, and everything else. It's just all above the book. Okay, like one day, let me give you a couple suggestions or a couple stories. One day we was at the gas station. I was pumping gas, and it was a hooker outside. I don't even know if she was a hooker. She just looked like a hooker. So she was outside, and she was dressed all sleazy and stuff like that. And he gonna look over there to break his neck to look around the corner. I'm sitting right there in the car, Your Honor. For real though, you really gonna turn your neck and look at her? So I asked him, I said, well, what is you looking at? He gonna say, I'm looking at her. It ain't nothing wrong with looking. What you mean ain't nothing wrong with looking? There's something wrong with looking if I'm right here. Okay, then another one. It was a girl, we was riding a bus. Then we didn't have a car this time, but we was riding a bus, right? And this girl gonna drop a quarter. Okay, she gonna bend down all like that. Like, who does that? And then he gonna be Captain Save a Blank to go pick up the quarter for her. You don't pick up a quarter for your own son. Who picks up a quarter and give it to somebody? You pick up a quarter and you put it in your pocket. Okay, then another time, we was at the hotel, and he wanted to be all extra nice to this woman, talking about some, can I get your discount? What you mean, can you get her discount? You got enough money, you pay for your own hotel. Y'all, there's just so much stuff that I cannot deal with, I won't deal with, that he's doing, and it's just so tired. Like, I'm not the one. He can find somebody else for that one.
Is it like this all day?
Man, y'all just got a taste of what I go through.
From what I can gather, from what she's telling me is she thinks you have a wandering eye, that you look at other women in her presence. What do you have to say to that accusation?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Don't remember that. Miss Lindsey, let me ask you this. Wherever he goes, there are going to be women. And some of them are not going to be dressed right, some of them are not going to say the right thing, some of them are not going to do the right thing. You can't tag him for behaviors he hasn't engaged in.
I could tag him for his eyes, though. I could tag him for being disrespectful. That I can do.
Okay, which you've done.
Tag.
Exactly.
Okay, now, you say he is a liar and that he is selfish. Explain that to me.
I asked him, I said, I need you to change the kids, and I need you to watch the kids. Oh, I got to go somewhere. I got to do this. I got to do that. And I was like, okay, well, make sure you hurry up and do that, and you're going to come right back. Oh, yeah, I'm going to come back in like 10 minutes. Your Honor, I put the car on full, gas, everything.
Girl, stop.
He came back. 5 hours later, had me late for work and everything. 5 hours later, with no gas in the car. So I said, where you go? Because you only said you was going around the corner. The same thing. Get it out.
Your Honor,
where
that's
did you
not
go?
true. I'm the one to put the gas in the car. I'm the one that had to go to work. And I was the one that was late. She was the one riding around talking about she got to take her sisters to places and she had to go to this place and go to this place. I'm looking like, well, you know what time it is. I got to be at work by 3.
You working?
Yes, I am.
And you still working?
I'm still working.
Are you working?
Yes.
And you're still working?
She ain't working.
I like you people.
She ain't working.
Because
Don't
you're
play
working.
me.
She ain't
Don't
working.
play
She's not
me.
working?
She ain't working. She own a company and can't work for that.
I have my own company, my
And
own
still
hot
can't
dog
work
cart
for that.
company. I am a
If
lease
any-
consultant and I'm a full-time
if anybody
student and a
running that
full-time
company is
mother.
me, I got
Okay,
it.
okay. You say, Mr. Smith, that she's that she's very bossy and doesn't communicate well.
Oh, my
Explain
goodness.
that to me.
Communication. All right, we can go to a room, closed doors, and I can get my point out. And when it comes to her time, she can't say whatever it is that's on her mind.
Give me an example of a conversation that you had that didn't turn out right because she couldn't participate.
All right,
He ain't got one.
check this. We getting ready to move. See, I always want to cut people off.
He ain't got one.
But we get ready to move. Like, all right, I gotta work. I can't go out there and look for apartments or houses and nothing like that. But I expect for her to go ahead and do it. She ain't doing nothing. So at this time, I'm thinking like, all right. I ask her, did y'all find a place yet? Nah, we still looking. Nah, we still looking. Okay, couple more days go by.
Stop.
Then she wanna go ahead and come in and talk about, oh, yeah, we moving right here and we need to move out this date, which is tomorrow. I'm looking like, this ain't enough time. When was you gonna tell me everything else?
Did you not give him enough information in time to allow him to respond?
He had way more than enough information because we had a date that we were supposed to be out. We had a date that we were supposed to be out, which was the 1st. He knew a month in advance that we were supposed to be out. I gave him plenty of enough time to tell me what he wanted for. He didn't want to move into the other apartment, Your Honor, that we had with our sister because he didn't feel like it was adequate enough for him. Honey, we ain't got no, he always tell me I live above my means and I do this and I do that. But when I don't need you to talk. But when it's time for me, but when it's time for me to do something or for me to say something, it's always a problem. I don't think so. But back to the story, before I got rudely interrupted. When it was time for us to look for this apartment, he didn't want to help do it. He didn't want to do nothing but sit on his butt and then find a way. And then he waited I'm being serious. He waited good and well until we had to move a day in advance till we get in the hotel. No, don't play me. Do not play me.
Are you kidding?
Do not play me.
Are you for real?
Do not play me.
You serious?
Don't play me.
What?
When divorce court continues, can Tatiana prove that Parrish is cheating?
I had at least 15 to 20 other girls coming up to me.
What?
This ain't his only
That's
child.
a lie.
This ain't his boy and this, that, and the third. He don't know I'm a detective.
Is your longtime spouse getting on your very last nerve? If you're ready to divorce, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Tatiana Lindsey, who says she is finished with her 3-year marriage because her husband is a liar and a cheater. But can she prove it?
So it's been plenty of times that I done caught him and seen him with different females and caught him.
You say that you pretended that you were a strange woman on the phone.
Oh!
And you called him and he talked dirty to you.
Let me tell you, it wasn't just dirty, honey. It was unclassified.
Tell me about it.
I called him, I texted him. And when I texted him on the phone, he didn't even know who I was. And this was when he first came down. He didn't even know who I was. So he gonna answer all these text messages. Now, mind you, my sister has an iPad, and you can call and text like from random numbers. It don't even be the number you're calling or texting from. So I texted him. I was like, hey, I know you work at this security company, and I seen you at this security company, and I just wanted to say, you look good, this, that, and the third, right? So plan as a random chick or whatever. And he was like, oh, yeah, let me let you know where I'm at now. Come and meet me up here now, and this, that, and the third. So I asked him another question. I said, okay, well,
somebody meet me at my job.
I said, do you have kids?
I'm working.
He gonna tell me. He got 3 kids. I said, do you have kids? He said, I only got 1. And that was a little boy. I only got a little boy. And I wanted to snap. I wanted to jump out of character then, but I did not jump out of character. So then I started texting him some other stuff. I was like, oh, okay, well, you know what, you real sexy. You real sexy and this, that, and the third, whatever. So then it stopped texting. I guess he had to stop texting me or whatever. So then he texted me from, like, it was an hour later. And he was like, well, let me come and do this, that, and the third to you. Come up to my job. I got a beautiful view and I can show you this and show you that. But in the meantime, I can do this and that to you. I can't even say what it was.
Do you recall any instance that resemble that in any way, shape, or form?
It don't make no sense for me to call somebody up there where I'm working at, and I got business that's coming through all day, constantly. It don't make no, I ain't got no time
to be fooling around with anybody. Where do you think she's pulled this story from?
She's delusional.
Have you ever caught him cheating?
Yes!
Well, tell me.
Plenty of times. I don't even want to put that out, but it's been plenty of time. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
We was living in Georgia, right? And I was pregnant with my son. And I had this girl constantly call me. Before my son, he has an older daughter. So before my son, I had at least 15 to 20 other girls coming up to me.
What?
Well, this ain't his only
That's
child.
a lie.
This ain't his boy. I'm talking. This ain't his boy and this, that, and the third. So it's been plenty of times where I didn't call him on Facebook, on his Twitter, in person on his phone. He don't know I'm a detective. I got phone records that state that he's been having conversations with different girls and this, that, and the third. But when I bring it up to him and ask him about it, he don't know what I'm talking about. But the evidence is clear to see in his face what I'm talking about. I done had his friends, his family call me and tell me, you need to come and get your boy because he out there doing this or he out there looking like this. You need to come and get your husband because he ain't out here right or he doing this. I caught him with another female. I did this, I did that. So it's been plenty of times that I done caught him and seen him with different females and caught him.
I got you. Now, Mr. Smith, have you ever done anything inappropriate, cheated on her, stepped out, anything?
You know I haven't.
You haven't done anything?
No, I haven't.
I'm delusional, like he said. I must be.
She admitted it.
I must be. Because there's been plenty of times.
When divorce court continues, is Tatiana's temper too much?
She gotta sit there and yell at the top of her lungs and get your, so be it.
Are you wild and crazy with it with the kids?
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Parrish Smith, who denies his wife's accusations that he is cheating. But does the judge agree with him?
Now, that is delusional. No, I'm tagging that one right there. Let me tell you something. No. My understanding is you bought clothes for her in the wrong size, and she just, and she saw that as evidence of cheating. Why don't you explain that?
Let me tell you. I go to the store, and I asked her, what size do you wear? Because every time when I ask her what size does she wear, she gives me a different size every time. So I took it.
I'm gonna give you a different size every time.
Listen, I took initiative of myself because just looking at it, I said, okay, I got a size medium. She told me that I can't fit that. Who did you buy this for? I said, I bought it for you. I'm sitting on the phone, and I even tangled her.
Hey, if I'm sitting here telling you what size I wear and you bring a total another different size, you ain't thinking about me. Because if I told you what size it was...
that is delusional. No, I'm tagging that one right there. Let me tell you something. No. He would not be so foolish as to call you on the phone, ask you your size, and then bring home another size for another one. It doesn't make any sense. He got it wrong, possibly, but that's just what he did.
How you gonna get around if I told you?
Why would you?
It happens all the time.
How?
Men can't buy women's clothes. They don't know what they're doing. Go in, baby, I told you this. They come home with that. They don't know nothing. It's just, and that's the way it is. But it doesn't even make sense, the story that you told. Mr. Smith, is your main problem with her is that she thinks you're just cheating all the time?
She thinks I'm cheating. Is
this the whole thing? Is your life with the kids okay? Is that all right?
Life with the kids is great.
You guys don't have any discipline problems? You guys are on the same page with how to raise your kids?
He can't discipline my kids. He cannot discipline my
I don't
kids.
even have to discipline them. I can look at them a certain way, and they get
And
right.
then you lock it down. You got
That's
the,
it.
You got the daddy eye,
But
yeah.
she gotta sit there and yell at the top of her lungs and oh, get your so be here.
Are you wild and crazy with it with the kids?
You
They
see,
don't
she crazy, right?
understand
Do not
all
believe the
that.
hype. Do not believe it. I told you in the beginning, he's a liar.
She's
He's a compulsive liar. I don't have to get loud
goodness,
enough
here
not
we
to do
go
my
again.
children. I don't even pop my son. I don't even punish
she
my
is
son
bossy,
because I
like,
don't believe
she-
that. Yeah, true indeed. I'm bossy,
Oh,
but I
okay,
don't believe in popping or giving my son
I'm
any
not
type of
talking
whoopings or
about
anything
popping,
like that.
and I'm not talking about hitting. He's talking about you bury him with a barrage of words, and so far,
threatening them.
the things that you've said in here lead me to believe that you're quite capable of that.
I'm capable of that to him, not my children.
When divorce court continues, will Parrish admit to signing on the dotted line?
He owed me $1,500 for that car that I bought, and I even got a written notice, and I got my statements to prove that.
You said you agreed to repay your wife for a loan.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
Did you do that?
Divorce court returns with the case of Tatiana Lindsey and Parrish Smith, who are seeking a divorce after 3 years of marriage and 2 children together.
Why don't you tell me what the final straw was for you?
My final straw was when I was going to school at the University for Criminal Justice, and he was in Georgia still, and I was here in California, and I told him I need, he called me and was like, babe, I need a car. And so me being the loving wife that I am, I stopped everything and gathered the money up to get him that car, and he told me he needed it for his security company.
Right.
So my thing was my tuition money that I used for my tuition money, I gave it to him. Therefore, that caused me to drop out of school so he can get the car and the supplies he needed to better us as a family.
Right.
Because getting his security company will better us as a whole.
Right.
So I stopped going to school and I gave him $1,500 to buy a car. Well, not only did he have everybody else in their mama riding,
She
he
ain't tell
had
me
this
that she
one
had to
little
drop out of
female.
school.
He had this one little female who I totally disliked riding in my car. And not only did he do that, he took a title loan out on it, and he gave it to somebody else. So how you going? So that caused me to feel like you just totally disregarded my feelings and totally just disregarded what I said and what I did to put myself in jeopardy of dropping my education for you. So I told him he owed me $1,500 for my money back for that car that I bought, and I even got a written notice, and I got my statements to prove that.
Let me see that. Now, Mr. Smith, do you recall the incident that she gave you her tuition money to buy a car?
She gave me some money, but I didn't know it was her tuition money.
Yeah, you did, because I
As far
told
as
you.
I know is that she said that she had a little extra money that she can spend or whatever that was saved up, and I asked her if I can hold on to it. Which, I mean, you know, I look at it like my money is her money, her money is my money. Which, I mean, you know, it's all going to the same place or whatever.
Are you familiar with this thing on top? Because it says that you said you agreed to repay your wife for a loan, but
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Did you do that?
Uh-huh.
Are you
Man.
familiar with that?
I remember signing something, but I ain't remember seeing that.
Look, Mrs. Lindsey, I think you're a little out on a limb there. I think here's reasonable. And you went over to the left a little bit, got stuck in a rut, and you just right off the edge of the road. You haven't shown me anything in here that he's done to make me believe that he is doing all that cheating and running around that you claim. And I think that you need to go into counseling so you two can learn how to have a conversation. Even if you do get divorced, you got to learn how to talk to each other and deal with each other, because you got 2 kids together and they're little. But I think you guys should take a stab at it. You guys are going to school, you have businesses, you work. I never get that in here.
I don't need you to tell she
Fabulous
talking, be
thing.
quiet.
That's why I agree with her on that one.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
you can't sign things without looking at them.
You
know, I don't believe
I learned my
that. You know,
lesson on that.
it's ridiculous. It's there. It's simply stated. You signed it. I'm going to have to hold you to it. There is a $1,500 recovery in favor of Mrs. Lindsey. It is so ordered.
Thank you.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
In the fewest words Tatiana probably ever has spoken, she reports that things have improved since she and Parrish appeared in divorce court. She reports that they now finally communicate with each other, and she and Parrish are grateful to Judge Lynn for her advice.